In previous lecture, we discussed about the different treatment methods of water treatment. Okay, in that we discuss about the preliminary and primary treatments. Okay, and now we're going to discuss about the next, that is filtration. Okay, so the first in which we discuss about the screening, that is which screen which are going to use for the removal of floating solid from that water. So that is called as screening, where that whatever that screening material that going to be disposed by various disposal method, either a deep burial method or either you can dispose over the land. After that we discuss about the aeration, where the gas transfer is the principle of aeration, where release the bad gases from that water and which introduce the oxygen from that atmosphere into that water. So this is the aeration system, and after that we discuss about the sedimentation, and that sedimentation is called as plain sedimentation, where the plain sedimentation having various advantages, and that is what various advantages of plain sedimentation. The first one is it reduces the cost of coagulant. Second, it reduces the load on the next treatment units, and also it reduce the whatever the amount of or quantity of coagulant which required for that coagulation process. After that, we discuss about the coagulation flocculation. So it is a process where the coagulant is added into that water, and whatever that suspended impurities, colloidal impurities, which always present after the plain sedimentation also, that impurities, it may be colloidal or it may be suspended, that impurity is going to be removed into the plain coagulation flocculation, that is coagulation with sedimentation process. So different types of chemical like alum and lime we can add, and that suspended and colloidal impurities we can remove from that water. So these are the different treatment methods that we can use for the removal of solid from that water. So after that we come to the point of next, that is the filtration. So the filtration is the very important process of the treatment of water. Okay, so either you can say it may be the last and final treatment of the water, but sometimes we require the disinfection chlorination method also for the killing of pathogenic bacteria. Okay, so the filtration that produce the good quality of water or potable water, so that water you can use for the drinking and consumption purpose. Okay, so this process, filtration process, is act as a very important process in the water filtration. Okay, because whatever you get the filter water, that is clear water, and that water you can use for the consumption purpose. Okay, so you can see various filters are available at different, you can say swimming pool, either it may be railway station, either you can say bus stand, okay, maybe a hostel, restaurant. So we can see there are various types of filters are available. So this type of various types of filters that you can use for the filtration purpose. Okay, and that produce the good quality of water, and that water you can use for the drinking and consumption purpose. Okay, so basically this filter, so filtration process, we already know the what is the definition of filtration process. So just allow to flow the water over the bed of a sand. The sand, it is nothing but a filter media. Okay, so either you can use the sand as a filter media, or either you can use the charcoal or coal as a filter media. So these both are the filter media. So just water is allowed to freely fall over that sand media, so that whatever that impurities which present into that water, that interruptive into that sand, and you get finally the good quality of water at the end and bottom of that filter. Okay, so this is the definition of filtration. Okay, so just water is allowed to pass through the bed, granular bed, that is a sand, which is supported over a gravel. So gravel, it is a base over the sand is supported. Okay, so it is two media. Either you can say the sand filter when the filter media is sand, or either you can say the charcoal filter or activated carbon filter where the activated carbon is used as a filter medium. Okay, so these are the now the activated carbon filter and the tremendous important in the filtration process and water treatment plant. Okay, so you can easily identify the what is the quality of water after the activated carbon filtration. Okay, so that remove the color, odor and gases from that water and you get clear water after the filtration process. So that's the huge and importance of that activated carbon filter in the water treatment plant. Okay, so next basically these filters are the two types of filter the gravity filters and pressure filters. So gravity filters where not pressure it is not pressure whatever that water is allowed to pass through by only the gravity. Okay, and in case of pressure filter pressure is used for the filtration process, so that filter is named as pressure filter. Okay, so this gravity filter is of again divided into two types. The first one is a slow sand filter and second one is a rapid sand filter, and the pressure filter is the separate one. Okay, so these two filters, that is a slow sand filter and rapid sand filter, are the filters are the types of the rapid gravity filters. Okay, so we already discussed about these two. So slow sand, as the name indicate, the filter, the rate of filtration of water is very slow, and if you consider the rate of filtration for rapid sand filter is too much high as compared to the slow sand filter. Okay, so again here is the various points so that you can from that you can identify how the slow sand filter is different from the rapid sand filter. Okay, so the first thing is the slow sand filter, as name indicate, the rate of filtration of water is slow. And how much the rate of filtration of water for slow sand filter is 100 to 300 liter per hour per meter square area. Okay, and for similarly the rapid sand filter, the rate of filtration is varied from 3000 to 6000 liter per hour per meter square area. Okay, so that is the basically the rate of filtration of water in case of slow sand filter and rapid sand filter. And if you are considering the pressure filter, so in pressure filter going to use pressure for the water filtration. So the whatever the rate of filtration for that pressure filter is you can say 6000 to 15,000 liter per hour per meter square area. Okay, due to utilization of pressure. Okay, so the first point you can see the pre-treatment. So if you consider the slow sand filter not required except plain sedimentation, but rapid sand filter required coagulation, flocculation and sedimentation. Okay, so this slow sand filter this does not require the plain other treatment except the plain sedimentation. That means just you can use a plain sedimentation and directly you can use slow sand filter process. But if you are going to use rapid sand filter, so this filter requires the complete treatment like a coagulation, like a sedimentation and like a flocculation. That means whatever all the suspended impurities and colloidal impurities that you have to remove before the rapid sand filter. Okay, so that is the basic difference. So if you are going to use slow sand filter, you can just only use a plain sedimentation process, and if you are going to use the rapid sand filter, in that case you required coagulation, flocculation and the sedimentation or this complete treatment of water. Next, the base material. If you are thinking the base material for slow sand filter and rapid sand filter, so base material for slow sand filter is gravel, and the size of that gravel is vary from 30 to 75 centimeter and depth with 3 to 65 mm size graded gravel. Okay, so what is the depth of that base material gravel? 30 to 75 centimeter depth, and what is the size of that gravel is 3 to 65 mm size. If you are considering the rapid sand filter, the gravel depth is vary from 45 to 50 centimeter depth, that is less depth as compared to the slow sand filter, and the size of gravel is vary from 3 to 50 mm. Okay, in 3 to 4 layers, 4 to 5 layers. So that is the size and the depth of the base material gravel for the slow sand filter and rapid sand filter. Next, filter sand, that is the filter media. If you are thinking the thickness of the sand bed is vary from 80 to 100 centimeter in case of slow sand filter, and similarly if you are thinking the size of rapid sand filter for the sand is vary from 60 to 75. That means the thickness of the sand bed is less in rapid sand filter as compared to the slow sand filter. Okay, and effective size of the sand is vary from 0.25 to 0.35 mm. That is very fine size of sand which is used in a slow sand filter. So that is why it is very efficient in removal of solid. Effectively remove the solid. Why? Because the size of the particle is very less, 0.25 to 0.35 mm. Secondly, if you are considering the rapid sand filter, in that case you can see the size of that filter sand is vary from 0.45 to 0.70 mm. That is a larger sand that is used for the rapid sand filter. So from that you can say the very fine particles are not easily removed in a rapid sand filter. Okay. Next, if you are considering the under drainage system, so perforated pipe lateral discharge into main header. So in case of rapid sand filter, we require the perforated pipe, and in case of slow sand filter, the under drainage system is open jointed pipe of drain covered with perforated blocks. Okay, so next is size of each unit. Okay, so size of unit in slow sand filter is larger size. How much? 50 to 200 square meter. That is area of slow sand filter. So whatever the size of slow sand filter is large, so large area is required. And if you are considering the rapid sand filter, so that unit having the size of 10 to 100 meter square, so it required less area or less space. Okay, so slow sand filter they required a larger area, and rapid sand filter they required smaller or less area, less space. Rate of filtration you can see here, that is 100 to 200 liter per hour per meter square area. And if you are thinking the rate of filtration for this rapid sand filter is vary from 4800 to 7200 liter per hour per meter square area. Okay, so if you are considering the cost of installation for a slow sand filter is high because it required huge land or large land, then huge amount of material, large size, so that whatever that cost of installation for a slow sand filter is huge or high. Other case, if you are considering the cost of installation for a rapid sand filter is low. Why the cost of installation for rapid sand filter is low? Because it required very less land, it required very less area, and whatever that material required is also less as compared to the slow sand filter. So the installation cost, if you are considering, is low as compared to the slow sand filter. Okay, so the cost So the cost of installation is low in case of rapid sand filter, and similarly the cost of installation is high in case of slow sand filter. Okay. Next one is the operation and maintenance cost. If you are considering the operation and maintenance cost in case of slow sand filter is very low process. Uh, okay, operation maintenance cost is very low, and if you are considering the rapid sand filter, the operation and maintenance cost is high because if you are considering the rapid sand filter, they require a regular cleaning because of the rate of filtration for for rapid sand filter is too much high, and due to that we require regular cleaning, regularly backwashing process. Okay, so that the operation maintenance and the replacement of material that required a huge cost. Okay, so the operation and maintenance, if you are considering for the rapid sand filter, is high, and in case of opposite, if you are considering the slow sand filter, the operation and maintenance cost is very low because there is no backwashing required for the cleaning of slow sand filter. So after 3 months, 4 months or 6 months, you have to just replace the top layer of sand, and you can improve the rate of the filtration for the slow sand filter. Okay, so if you are thinking the cost, so the installation cost is high for slow sand filter, but the operation and maintenance cost is less. And if you are considering the rapid sand filter, the cost, or that is the installation cost, is very low in case of rapid sand filter, but the operation and maintenance cost is high. So this all about the cost of the slow sand filter and rapid sand filter. Remaining point that we discuss the next.